22 Nation. It is week 13. Good God. Football. It just never stops. I don't know. I might walk off. I might walk off set right immediately. You know what? I can't. Yeah, I can't do this. Anyways, James Marves is here.
I'm here.
He's mouthing my nonsense, and we have experienced 12 complete weeks of
12 weeks of football.
professional American football. And here we are, it's week 13, and we still, I mean, has anybody even clinched a playoff spot yet?
No.
Probably Kansas City, maybe. I don't
Uh,
know if it's even clinched.
no.
Yeah, it's too tight.
Okay.
Yes. Anyways, so I mean, let's just jump into it. We got a lot of things to discuss, a lot of wacky news, and then we got some wildly nobody's on bye anymore, so we got a lot of games to talk about. Holy cow. Grab a Snickers. It's gonna be a minute. Um, College football is dead to me, and I hate everything about it, and we're never gonna talk about it again. Next subject.
Is Bama out?
Oh yeah. They have to be, right? Like three losses and you're out. There's no fucking and just like who they lost to too. Like who the fuck?
Dude, if I'm telling you, I realize, I don't know how the new arguments are gonna be laid out once we get to the final 12. But if you remember back before this year, all the way back to last year, it's much harder and there's going to be much more, like arguments over that small of a field. And now we've got 12 and I don't think the arguments go away. I think they just expand, they intensify because there's going to be some teams that get in sometimes with three losses and there's going to be teams that deserve to get in that aren't going to, like maybe Boise State's even ousted. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But it's queer, and I can't wait to see the arguments being made.
You know, I mean Boise State eked out a win against Wyoming last week. So like, yeah. I almost played for Wyoming. Me, literally me, this guy in this chair. I was recruited by Wyoming and decided not to go. Um, so like looking at this slate of games, um, some good games, some of them make no sense to me. I love that Southern Methodist is going to be in the playoff. Fuck, like why not? Fuck it, it's good craziness. Miami kicks the shit out of Wake Forest. Ole Miss is out. But poor Indiana, man. I was hoping I had it was their time.
Dude,
It was their time. Are they out now? I mean, they're at 10. They should still make the playoff. They deserve to make the playoff.
I mean, yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. I'm
You
not,
know, they lost to Ohio State, who's probably next to Oregon is the best team in the NCAA.
right.
Georgia gets a fucking bye week against UMass. Who fucking wanted that? Like no like you think the people at UMass and Amherst really wanted to fucking see that game? Like, come on. Tennessee shuts a fucking puts a 56 on UTEP. My Buffs are almost out of the AP because they lose to fucking Kansas. They lose to at football. They lose to Kansas at football.
Did you see that hit on Shador Sanders?
Yeah, I saw it.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like it. And I think that Shador is not going to have a very long NFL career if he takes hits like that.
Dude, nobody would. You kidding me?
So I don't know, man. I think that and this is where I'm at is that it's like it's frustrating for me as a Buffs fan because we've been bad for like 20 years. And like this was it. Like this was like we all thought like last year, it's kind of figuring it out. And then this year, I immediately thought that like that prime time was a faker. And then like we go out, we win big games, we beat Utah. Like we haven't beat Utah in like 6 years. And then like you lose to Kansas, Kansas State, and Nebraska, and because of that, you're out of the playoff. That means Shador's gone, Travis Hunter is gone, a good portion of your offensive line is gone, a bunch of your defense is gone. Like, why the fuck? Especially once Florida State fires their coach, why the fuck is Prime gonna stay? The Buffs are gonna be bad again. It's over.
Well, here's the thing, Gobo. He's still he's still prime time. He still has a little bit of edge in the portal, and he may have his eyes on somebody that's going to come and save the day. Certainly not outside the realm of possibility that he would be able to have a good recruiting class. I think he goes at least one more year there, unless he gets offered the job at Florida, whatever.
Why wouldn't he?
But here's the thing. The last thing I want to say about college football right now. I want to know why Wisconsin gave every ounce of itself to Ohio State and then shits the bed at home against Nebraska. Do you guys not understand what I need from you? What I need? I need Nebraska to be just broken and hurt, laying in a pile of their own shit every year. That's what I need. And Wisconsin, if I didn't love cheese and sausage so much, I would boycott you altogether and ask that you be removed from the union because of what you did on Saturday. That's all. We can move on.
I mean, Wisconsin is not a great place. I'll be honest, and that's coming from a Packers fan. Um, so aside from that, not really anything else terribly interesting about college football. One thing I did want to bring up, probably the craziest shit that's happened in college football this year happened off the field. Young man, Bryce Underwood. Remember this name because I'm gonna be watching his career intently. He is a high school senior. He's a number one recruit, number one quarterback recruit in the United States. He lives in a little city about 20 miles west of Ann Arbor. So everyone's, thinking he's going to go to Michigan. Not true. He decides to sign his commitment paperwork with LSU. LSU signs his scholarship. They bring him on all his recruiting trips. He does the little thing where he picks the hat off the table, puts it on. LSU made him a fucking jersey. They made him a jersey. Last week, a big donor and business owner for the University of Michigan offers him $3 million NIL sponsorship if he stays and signs with the Wolverines. Bryce Underwood decommits from LSU and is going to Michigan next year. $3 million. And you know what? I'm fucking into it. I am into it because you have to pay your goddamn players. You know how much money that kid is going to make for the University of Michigan? Fuck yeah. And he was on the sidelines in Michigan gear this week, fucking just chilling, hanging out, taking pictures with people. Oh, you're muted, Dames. Oh, sorry.
No, that I did not know. That's mess. That's like rubbing your fucking face in it.
Fucking wild, man. Like
Yeah.
LSU made him a jersey. There's pictures of him holding up his LSU jersey, man. Like it was done. It was a done deal. And then fucking
You
three
know,
million bucks.
money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah. Maybe you'll rethink your NIL agreements next year, state of Louisiana, you fucking cowards. Good for him, man. Get paid. Go play football and make money, young man. I fully endorse that. Um, all right, that's enough college football, man. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Dude, I mean, it's a good point, man. When you're gonna throw your body on the line for a chance to go pro,
Right.
it's not guaranteed.
You're one bad patch of grass from never playing again.
Yeah, you need to be compensated. I can't even argue with you on that, man.
Yeah. And fuck, man, with this kid's potential, man, 3 million might not even be enough. Next time you get Dave's Hog Heaven down in Louisiana to put up 4 million. Um, Going to the pros. So somebody who doesn't deserve millions of dollars anymore, Aaron Rodgers. says, I don't know if I want to play football anymore. It's hard. I don't know if I have the passion for it. I don't know if I have the right team. I don't know, even though I got to like hand pick every single player on this Jets, it's not the team I wanted.
Fucking Babby, dude.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers, man. Fuck him.
I think Seattle's just gonna end him this week in his building where we won the Super Bowl 48. They're gonna end him. Leonard Williams is gonna end Aaron Rodgers' career. That is it.
Good. Good. Whatever. He doesn't deserve to play football anymore. He doesn't deserve any more of your money, any more of your attention. Let him be done.
You know
I'm so
what? When I don't even know what interview this came from, but when it happened, they should have said, "Are you fucking sure that they want you back?" It's not even about whether you want to play. It's they don't want you back. You suck. Gobo, what would be their reasoning for even saying, "Yeah, we want him back"? Of course. He's proven nothing. Nothing to them.
Here's the thing. You sold the farm for this guy.
He's
You
garbage.
fired your coach for this guy.
It's New York.
Like you turned down draft capital. You paid out his contract with the Packers. You gave the Packers money
This is the
to get him
biggest
on the
market
field.
in the game, the biggest market. Get the fuck out of town. Daniel
Yeah.
Jones and you, bunkmates at ayahuasca.
Yeah. You know what? Jesus Christ, cheese and rice, and Joe Byron. Get the fuck out of New York. Bing bong.
Out of New York.
Yeah.
Vodka.
Jackass. Anyways, Jerry Jones, another, classic, white man who's ruining football, is saying an extension for Mike McCarthy? Not out of the question.
What? No, dude. Okay. There's dementia and there's dementia, which is what Jerry Jones has to have to say something like that. Why the fuck? Why the fuck would you even consider bringing Mike McCarthy back? Is his pride that big?
Yes. Yes, it is. I mean, I was just gonna literally say, I was gonna be like, because you're an egotistical jackass, and you think that every decision you make is right, and you will defend to the death even something that you know is fucking horribly wrong. Yes, that's why.
My God, Gobo.
It's fucking embarrassing, but you know what? No star on this hat. I don't give a fuck what happens. Fuck the Cowboys. Lose money.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Um,
Well,
Aiden O'Connell getting his shot in Vegas. Um, and you know what? Good for him. He couldn't possibly do worse than anybody else who's played there this year.
I mean, Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, those are your two choices. Just go in the closet and bang it out with your shot. See who wins.
I was gonna say, Raiders fans, they got a saying. You know what's better than sleeping in the morning? Not waking up. Poor Raiders. You used to be good. We remember the 70s. It was great. I don't remember the 70s at
I
all.
don't either. I wasn't alive in them.
I was gonna say I was born in 1986, so I don't fucking yeah. All of the Star Wars had come out by the time I was here. Um okay, surprise, surprise. Tyreek Hill goes to court for his speeding ticket. Officers, oops, they forgot court was today. Case dismissed. You know, I believe in justice. I don't really believe in our judicial system. I'll put that on record. I think there's a lot of flaws. Um, Celebrities should not be immune to prosecution, but I do think that this case was fervently DWB. So Tyreek Hill, good work. Fuck those cops. Um, and fuck America.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing I can say on
Fuck
TV.
racist America. Fuck
Yes,
racist
thank you.
America. That's what I'll say.
So
Because
so fuck like 93% of America. Um Getting back to football, Tyreek, he will be on the field against the Packers this weekend. Um, Drafting time. If the draft were today, number one overall pick, the New York Giants select Dames Marves as a Tyreek Hill-esque quarterback, tight end, running back combo.
and he immediately retires because he doesn't want to be affiliated with.
I was like, and then Dames has a detrimental injury climbing onto the stage to get his
No,
name.
I do exactly what Eli Manning did and says, "You got to trade me now because I'm
Yeah,
not
he's just like, I'm not playing for the Chargers.
not going to
And we
play."
all thought Eli Manning was a dick for doing that, but it ended up being the right call.
I mean,
He won two
you're
Super
not
Bowls.
wrong, but seriously though, I do have a problem with that because
I do
someone's
too.
about to make you a millionaire, and you're like, well, "My dad and my brother both played in the league, so therefore I have this this thing in my nose that sticks it up in the air a little bit." I thought that was totally weak. I hated him. I thought he was a whiny little bitch from that moment on. And
Yeah, I mean, he's not, but he is a whiny little bitch with two Super Bowl rings. G-Man Jazz, I hope you're watching.
he might
Um,
be the first ballot Hall of Famer too. We'll see.
he's the best. He's the best quarterback in Giants history.
We'll see soon though.
Yeah, I know. We see maybe Brock Ewers, maybe Jalen Milrow, maybe.
Dude, yeah, but that's the thing. I've said this before. I want to see whoever has the first pick of the draft have their quarterback already. And I want to see them trade the first pick because it causes chaos
Right.
everywhere. It
The,
makes
the
teams
the
make
only way the only way that happens though is if somehow
Giants winning.
Jacksonville moves back into the top spot.
I mean, who's number two? The Raiders? The
Yeah,
Raiders are
Raiders are
starting
taking a
Aiden
quarterback.
O'Connell this week against the Chiefs. They're not going to win. So, I mean, the Giants, I think Dable is trying to keep his job at this point, so they need to win. The Raiders guy, he might be a one and done too. I don't know, Gobo. I don't know. But what I do know is somebody's going to get the first pick. If it's either of those two teams, they both need a quarterback. If somehow Jacksonville sneaks into the first place, then the number two and three are going to want that pick more than, I mean, then it's going to be a bidding war
Yeah,
because Jacksonville can say, I'm taking the player that you want. Because
but I'm
they,
just
at
if
that
I'm
point, Jacksonville is going to be faced with this, Gobo. They're going to be faced with, we already have our franchise quarterback. Do we tell the world that we're not drafting the Milrow or whoever it's going to be and allow the other teams to get that guy without trying to trade up? I think
Mhm.
they're going to have to decide that they're picking him and they're going to trade him to the highest bidder, whether they trade the pick beforehand or whether they trade the player. They're going
or
to make that decision.
wrap your mind around this. They draft a quarterback and they trade Lawrence.
I mean, with that
I
comes
mean, what do you do? I mean, it's
with
an
that,
option. It's an
it is an
option.
option. It is an option, but you're going to have to say that the reason
Yeah.
that
You don't think the Raiders would take Trevor Lawrence?
well, here's the thing though, as Jacksonville, you're going to have to say that the reason that you're not winning with him is because of him. And because if you're drafting his replacement, you're bringing him into the same situation. So that guy that you're drafting needs to be better than a guy that's got 4 years tenure. And I just don't see that.
Right. A guy who was also a number one
Yeah,
overall pick.
that would be dumb to me, but you're right. It's not something that's off the table, certainly.
And I mean, and Big Dick Lawrence took him to the playoffs. Like the Jaguars were in the playoffs. They almost made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I mean,
Um, and now they're bad again. But I mean, it's a system. It's a
the only re
failure. It's a failure of the system rather than one player.
yeah, the only reason you get rid of him is if it's a mismatch with the organization.
I
A
don't think it is.
mismatch,
Unless he wants out. The only way I could see them doing that is if he wants out.
yeah, that would be a mismatch with the organization.
For
So,
sure. All right. Um, all right, enough speculation. Let's go into some different speculation. Talk about who's going to win these games this week.
did I? I think there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. An injury. No. Oh yeah, Demarcus Robinson was arrested on a DUI. He's the
Huh.
receiver for the Rams that was actually doing really well in the wake of the injuries at wide receiver that they had. So it's just suspicion. So we don't know at this point. And I couldn't find really any injuries of note to talk about. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
um, let us move on to the bye week. Who's on bye? Nobody. We got a full slate of games, Gobes.
Full
You want to
slate.
talk? You want to talk week 13? Let's fucking talk week 13 in the NFL. Let's go.
Week 13.
I could go.
We're gonna head up to Detroit,
The
the
12.
Lions, the home of Weird Square Pizza, where we throw octopuses on the ice when our hockey team does good.
Where we build
Motor City, home of the Temptations.
we build engines and brake pads.
A lot of ways, people are buying you, not just brake pads. Hey everyone, it's Tony Robbins. Anyway, they're playing the Bears on Thursday Night Football. I don't fucking we don't need two sentences about this game. I'll pick first. Detroit wins again. Fuck. I want the Bears to win so badly. Like Jeffrey, if you're watching, that did just come out of my mouth. They're not going to. Um, I think Detroit could win this big. I think that the Bears have been hanging in at home. They're on the road. They're in the dome. It's Thursday night. Detroit is pissed off. You know, oh, and it's Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving game. Oh, that changes things a little bit. I'm not changing my pick. I'm not changing it. 27-14 Lions. Bears keep it a little closer.
Yeah, I think this one's an easy one. We're here in Detroit. I do want the pizza now that you said that, you prick.
It's so good. It's
So
weird,
good.
but it's good.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
it's
really
like
enjoy it.
fluffy. It's like deep dish, but it's a fluffy pillow of deep dish, you know? And it's square. Oh, it's ridiculous. All right, so focus. All right, Detroit's gonna I'm sorry, I was so like thinking about pizza that I didn't even put down your score. What was your score?
Oh, 27-14.
Okay.
20 pizza, cheese, teen, Maroni.
All right, here we go. I actually like that score. I'm with you 100% on this one, and I'm going Detroit also. Um, God bless you, sir.
28-15.
Or
Oops.
27-14.
Okay, same score. All
Yeah.
right. Um,
What if we're both right? And I'm like, see, that's what I was saying.
I mean that's what we yeah, well, you have the fucking sports almanac, Artie. Um, head down to break out your big hats. Let's get some barbecue. We're heading to Texas. Um, man, it's your pick first.
Damn right.
I'm interested to see what you're gonna do.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. First of all, this is Thanksgiving Day, okay? And this fucking game is after dinner, and as it should be. This is where everybody sleeps because this game is fucking bullshit for a holiday. I'm sorry, fans of both teams. Uh-uh. I don't
Wow.
care. You don't deserve this. The fan bases don't deserve this. The rest of us certainly didn't do anything to deserve this. I would like to watch three competitive games on Thanksgiving, three games that matter. This game matters to nobody. I don't even think like, dude, I think like the parents of the players won't even bother watching this game. They won't even bother because they're busy with their Thanksgiving dinner.
I was
They're,
gonna say, yeah. I
they're
mean,
animals.
I think that if I was in Arlington and somebody gave me free tickets to this game, I probably would be like, I think about it. Um,
Hey,
yeah, who wins?
there's no way I'm going to this game. I'm selling them to some dipshit that would actually pay me $500 for two tickets. That's what I'm doing.
I mean,
Dallas is going to win this game, and they're going to win 17-14. Bank it. Who do you got, and what are you doing?
um, I'm taking Dallas, obviously. The Giants season is tanked. They don't have a quarterback. Dallas
Dallas doesn't
beat
either.
they beat fucking a lot of people are saying Dallas might pick up Daniel
They
Jones.
scored points too. They scored a lot of points. They led
They
like
did.
4 points.
I'm gonna say Dallas wins this one big, 28-0.
Whoa!
Yeah,
0 for the Ginas.
yeah. Maybe they'll sneak in a field goal or something, but
I
I
take it,
just
dude. I dig.
I don't see even against. I mean, they still have Micah Parsons, and even though Dallas has been playing like shit, they're still the Giants.
Dude, when you prognosticate absolute ineptitude, I want to hug you, man.
I
When
love it.
when you, yeah, that's you're like this team sucks so fucking bad that I'm gonna put my public record on the line and say you get 0 points.
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna say that you will fail at everything you try to do on
that's the
Thursday.
ultimate dunk, dude. You just slammed it.
Like, yeah, some Kevin Garnett shit. Um, all right. Now we're out of the day of thanks, and now we can now go and start being greedy again on Sunday. And our first victim, we're gonna have a little tuna salad. We got the Dolphins heading leaving comfortable South Beach and heading to the snow to go get cheese curded all over their stupid faces. Um, I'm trying to think of like I know one Dolphins fan. Bobby, if you're watching this, fuck you. Packers are gonna win this game. Tua, you're a good quarterback. I'm sorry, but your brain, like, I don't know if it's leaving in the same car as you from this game. So the Packers defense is going to be all over him. Tyreek might bust out a celebratory I didn't get arrested touchdown. And I think the Packers are going to win this game 24-10 in the snow.
In the snow.
I don't know if it's going to snow. I don't have a weather machine
Yeah, what
thing.
do you all right, no, I'm putting that in the notes that you think it's gonna snow for some reason.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, in the land of sausages, beer swilling nutballs,
And a girl who might not be able to fit a bikini, but she can sure change your alternator out.
and and, and cheese curd sluts.
Gotta
That
love
is
them.
the thing that I'm on board with 100%.
Oh yeah,
Sluts, bring your cheese curds.
yeah. I
But
don't want to go. I don't want to get coffee. Let's get fucking wings, man. Come on.
don't bring yourself. We'll go to the Dells. We'll have a good time. We'll go see the Bronze Fawns. Then we'll go to a stadium in a neighborhood and we'll swill beer together. Um, to Green Bay Packers losing this game. Oh, look at the eye roll. Look at the eye roll. I love it, folks. I love it when he gets so mad that his eyes roll.
I'm like looking for a dolphin toy that I can punch in celebration.
Say 27. And I do like your Green Bay score 24. I do like that. But I'm just gonna, and here's the thing, Gobo. It's not that I think that Green Bay is gonna lose or that Miami's better or anything like that. I gotta go against you. Otherwise, we're putting up
I know we picked the last two. We're gonna pick the next one the same too.
the same deal together. And I'm trying to separate. I'm trying to give you a chance to come back.
I understand. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, this is mine.
This
Well,
one's yours.
what is it?
Kansas City. Some
Feed me to
spit,
see more.
some very sweet ribs. Um, against Vegas, the home of a buffet that gives you food poisoning.
Not always.
That did happen to me one time.
Man, I've seen so many clips of awesome buffets in Las Vegas.
There's some good ones. They're very expensive and a lot like big lines. It's kind of it's kind of a waste.
You know, with the seafood ones, that's where I'm at.
Oh yeah.
I'll go to that. Like I would go to Vegas and ignore everything else but the seafood buffets and then fly home. I
Mm.
would also avoid this game, but it's in Kansas City. So I'd just go down there and get some chicken wings and come home. But what do we got? We got yeah, we're both
Old City hosting the Raiders.
I here's it. I'm gonna do a breakout story for you. I give this one to the Chiefs on Friday, Black Friday. Raiders wear black, remember? On Black Friday, I give this one to the Chiefs by two tutties. I'm gonna go 21-7 Kansas City in the first two-score victory.
I was gonna say you're breaking a lot of rules here, and and for that same reason, I'm gonna say Kansas City wins, obviously, and I'm gonna say 24-21 because they always win by a field goal or a
Hey
touchdown,
man,
like 1 point on a blocked field goal or some crazy shit.
I love it. I love it. I love that
Because
you're sticking to
you
the
know
rules.
what? Like it's easy to predict at this point. Um.
Sticking to the rules.
All right. Speaking to our barbecue tradition, we'll go down to Hot Atlanta, get some crawfish. I don't fucking know what they eat. I mean, yeah, Atlanta. I always go to Popeyes in the airport. That's like the only place I ever eat. Um, Atlanta hosting the Chargers. This one's interesting.
Yeah.
This
I,
one's this is my pick.
what's that?
I think this one's my pick.
It is.
So let me spin you a tale here. If Atlanta doesn't win this game,
Oh,
if they don't win this game, they're basically out of the driver's seat for their division. Like at this point, if they don't win, that means the Saints and Tampa can just sneak in and fucking take it. And I don't know how they're going to react to that. Atlanta's been off. They have not been playing well. And the Chargers are coming from a heartbreaking loss on the road where they almost beat little brother and his ironclad Ravens. The Chargers should win this game. But this is where I think about Kirk Cousins and his inconsistencies. I'm going to take Atlanta at home. Um, I think that Kirk Cousins is going to figure some shit out before he gets replaced by Penis. And I think despite their injuries, I think that Atlanta is going to be hungry in this game, and they're going to want, and they're going to want to send the California boys home. The Chargers, I mean, it's hard to ride momentum when you get close and lose a game. So I'm going to say it's going to be a good game. I'm going to say 30-28. Falcons pull it off.
30-28.
30-28. Maybe with a last second Younghoe Koo field goal.
Ooh, last second. Bug. All right. Let's bring you back down to earth here for a second. Okay. The division's not out of hand. This is like another version of the NFC West. This division's not quite as convoluted. There's a clear loser, and then there's three teams that are all right around being able to contend for this. And I think that goes down to the wire. So I'm not hanging anything on one game here. And I see that Atlanta's got Minnesota next week. So it doesn't get any easier after this for them. I think the Chargers are not going to lose two games in a row. Um, Harbaugh's too good of a coach. He'll make some adjustments. He'll take advantage of what he sees as flaws by Kirk Cousins. And I'll say it this if they lose this week and next week to Minnesota, you might see Penix in for Atlanta because their season at that point will be actually in jeopardy and the schedule gets a little bit easier after those two games. So I think that I'm going to pick the Chargers on this one in Atlanta with a struggling Kirk Cousins, because he's struggling, and they go as he goes. Unfortunately, with all the talent they have, it's indicative of him to get those people the ball. And if he's not able to do that on a consistent level, they're in trouble. So I'm gonna go 24-17, the Chargers.
Well, don't leave your charger in a hotel room whenever you do. Done that too many times. All right. I don't even know what regional food they have in Cincinnati. Is there like a thing they're
There
known for?
is. They have a
Okay.
spaghetti with chili on it.
That's it. Yes. Okay. Okay. Fucking spaghetti and chili. It makes about as much sense as letting your guy change his name to his fucking number. Um. Anyways, yeah. Pittsburgh coming in hot off of a very disappointing loss to the Browns. They're on the road. They're gonna see some stripes. You get to pick first. This
I do.
one may be harder than we think.
Well, okay, in the land of rock and roll radio stations, WKRP, Herb Tarlick here to give you Arthur Carlson's greasy sales manager. Let's see here. This is tough, man. I've toiled over this one because here's the dealio. All right. I don't know what Tomlin's gonna do at quarterback this week. He became he was a very consistent with what he was doing, and he became wildly inconsistent, and it cost them, in my opinion, this past week. I realize the snow's a factor, but you got to stick with your guns and say, okay, I made this decision. You can't rotate drive by drive. If you want to do a half and then a half, whatever, have a Justin Fields package for when you need it, great, do all that. But be consistent with what you're doing. It's worked for you up until this point, and you fucked up. All right, you fucked up a little bit. Things aren't completely fucked because Baltimore's got a tough game this week too. All right. So it didn't cost you anything. Cincinnati's not a worry for you right now, other than that's who you're playing this week. But aside of that, it's not really a concern that they're going to come up and take your spot or something like that. So what I want to see happen here, Gobo, is I want to see Cincinnati win. I want to see Cincinnati pull this off, and then put Tomlin in a situation because I want to see things have been going too well and too rosy for Tomlin right now. I want to see what he does when he gets his back against in a corner. So I'm gonna allow you to pick Pittsburgh if that's where you're going, but I also feel like this Cincinnati team has been really good and not able to like close the door on a couple of big games, and they're like the Bears right now. They're getting their hearts ripped out every week by these intense games where they go all the way to the wire and they drop it at the end. I think that's the one where Cincinnati closes the door. It's a big win because Pittsburgh's having a really good year. Tomlin's in chaos. What's he gonna do? That's what I want. That's if I was writing the script for the WWE NFL, that's what I would write because that's what I want to see. So that's what I'm going to project into the world. Cincinnati 28-23.
Yeah. And then Deshaun Watson comes hobbling in and smashes Mike Tomlin with a crutch. Um,
A
yeah,
champ.
I know. Oh, the Buffalo Bills, what are they doing here? Yeah,
Hey,
but
Josh Allen! He comes in and drops an elbow.
yeah, like he just takes off his helmet and it's Baker Mayfield. Um,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, Pittsburgh's gonna win. The Joe Burrow, he's been kind of inconsistent this year. The Bengals, I don't know if it's a I think honestly, like watching them, I don't think it's a talent issue. I think it's a culture issue. I think whatever's going on organizationally with that team is affecting the play on the field, and it has the entire season. And I think Pittsburgh is going through completely the opposite. I think that like they're taking kind of like I don't even want to say second tier talent because I look at guys like Russell Wilson, guys that a lot of people in the NFL thought were done, and then they still have some gas left. And things that the Pittsburgh organization saw in these players that other teams didn't see. And because of that, Pittsburgh is contending for the division lead. Cincinnati is not. And these division games, especially in the AFC North, these teams are so fucking close to each other. Um, if it's snowing again, maybe it makes a difference. Maybe the Bengals can put something together. I think regardless, if it's Fields, if it's Russell, I don't know who Mike Tomlin wants to start. If it's both of them, if they're in some kind of weird fucked up package, I think Steelers still win this game. And I'm going to say they're going to do it 32-18.
32-18 Pittsburgh. Um, I respect your take. No problem with your take. Um, what I like about what you said is he's got to make a choice. He's got to choose now. You can't keep going back and forth between these two guys. It's not fair to the fans. It's not fair to the organization. I don't really care about the player. It's who wins out in the competition, and
Yeah.
you got to know who that is already. So
Well,
I'm interested to see. He might have said, I don't know. I don't follow all their press conferences like I probably should, but you know,
I mean, as much as I agree with you, I don't think Mike Tomlin gives a fuck what anybody thinks.
no, and he
You
shouldn't.
know, I
He
think
shouldn't.
he's gonna put he might send Russell Wilson out to go kick a field goal. He like if that's what he wants to do, that's what he's gonna do. So
Yeah, and just to back up what I'm saying, I don't think that he should care. I just think that, and it doesn't matter what I think, but it doesn't change that I think he should make a decision and just stick
yeah.
with it.
Well, we're
Um,
all entitled to our opinions, and that's why if you have an opinion, you can start your own football podcast show on YouTube.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
completely free.
We'll put it up for you. We'll even put it up against
Yeah,
our
you know what? Yeah, yeah. Come on our show and call us names, whatever. Um, all right, moving on. Down to Jacksonville. What are they? I mean, that would probably be more like crawdads or some gator jerky. Key lime pie, is that a thing in Jacksonville?
I don't
I
know.
don't fucking know. I've never been to Jacksonville. I have no desire to go there. Um, if I go there, it would be for a Jaguars game.
It's a beach
Um,
town, right? It's on the coast, right?
is it in Duval? Maybe I'm thinking of Tampa.
Tampa's on the Gulf.
Yeah, Tampa's on the Gulf side. I thought Jacksonville's on the Gulf side too.
No, it's north of Daytona on the eastern coast.
Oh, okay.
As far
Shows
as
what I
I could be wrong. If you,
Yeah. So it's
I'm
like it's like Orlando with no Disney World. Yeah. Sounds like a blast. Um anyways, so let's go to shitty Florida and watch the shitty Jaguars take on the Houston Texans. Um Ooh, I get to pick this first.
you do,
Um
but can we talk first for a second?
yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about this.
Because I mean, I'm not going to try and change your opinion because whatever it is, what it is. But let's talk about this Houston team because at the beginning of the year we were all like, "This is one of the best teams in the AFC." Do we still feel that way, Gabo?
You know, I was hoping you would stop me mid-sentence to make this point because I agree
I
with
can
you.
feel that.
No, 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 no. I honestly I'm being humble here because yeah, Houston, we have a problem. They're not playing up to their potential. Now, I'm going to like spoiler alert, I'm going to pick them in this game because the Jaguars are fighting for a number one overall pick. They have no reason to win. That being said, I don't fault you at all if you want to pick the Jaguars in this game because Houston has not been playing consistently. They win a couple of close games. They win blowout games. They lose close games. They get blown out. This is a team that at the beginning of the season we thought could take on the Josh Allens, could take on the Patrick Mahomes, could take on the Ravens, the pride of the AFC. And then here they are. They lose to the Titans. They lose to Will Levis last week. I understand that shit happens any given Sunday. These are all pro athletes, but like, what the fuck is going on in Houston? What did they lose? Was it losing there was that one receiver? Was that detrimental? Is it just that Tank Dell can't catch the fucking football?
They didn't have Stephon Diggs last year.
And they still made
So
the playoffs. And the Jaguars were good last year.
yeah, the
I
Jaguars were arguably, and I mean, I said, and I don't believe that this year now after the trade deadline passed and they got rid of something. But last year, the Jaguars were not good the first half of the year, and the second year they closed out winning like 7 out of 9 games to get up there. And
yeah.
I kind of thought they might do that again this year. If they're gonna, they need to start now.
I was gonna say I think that the door is
I
probably
don't, yeah, I don't see it, but
closed.
I
Yeah,
don't
they're
see it,
like
but
because what are they? 3-9, three and
if they
ten?
won out, they'd be in the playoffs. I
I
I,
don't think
I
so.
believe that
I don't know about
because
that.
of the way that other teams are going.
I mean, maybe if Houston like falls apart and Jacksonville wins the division, but yeah, I don't think that they. Anyways, um, all right, I don't want to harp on this game too much. Houston wins on the road. I'm gonna say in a somewhat close game, 24-19.
24-19 Houston. Well, all that said, I think Houston is a third tier team in the AFC right now, out of five tiers.
Not even second tier. That's crazy.
They're right in the middle. I know. They lost to the Titans.
They
Okay.
did.
Let's and they've not been impressive in several other games. They've lost a couple games that they should have easily won. They've disappointed me a couple times. I don't think they're going to disappoint me this week. So I do have them winning. I got them winning 31-20 within an easy one in Jacksonville as a bounce back game.
I like it. All right. Let's put down our north of Daytona casserole and head on up to Minnesota and have a little bit of lutefisk and some hot dish. The Vikings hosting the boys from Arizona, the Cardinals. And I'm glad you have to pick this one first. This one's kind of
Oh,
tough.
I have no trouble. I'm gonna sit down with a mini apple pie after this and a giant meatball, and dream about the Colossal Cafe.
I
Um,
love that. I love that we know so much about the Minnesotan culinary contributions to the world.
yes, the mini apple pie is special. Is a special.
Sure.
All right, this is gonna be a whopping. I'm gonna say a three-score game, and Arizona is going to absolutely house Minnesota in their own building. 38-14 Cardinals.
Wow. I thought for sure you were gonna pick the Vikings. Oh my God. You son of a bitch. Um, I don't want to pick Minnesota in this game. They have not looked good. They really haven't, and this is a game I need them to lose as a Packers fan. Because like I think honestly both teams are probably going to make the playoffs, but I would love to not be on the lower tier of that and end up in a game against Philly or fucking
Uh,
Detroit.
I got to ask you a question now. Does that mean you have Arizona winning the NFC West?
I think I might have
You
Seattle.
did say that last week
I didn't. I think that you know what? That's right. I think I'll stick with Arizona.
because that's the only way we're getting two playoff teams out of the NFC West is if they win. So, or the only way we're getting a playoff team as the winner of the division. There's not going to be a second one coming out of
No,
there.
you're right. You're right.
So when you say that they're both playoff teams,
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. In solidarity to my friend Dames in the hopes that Seattle wins their division and we can have a playoff game against each other, I'm gonna pick Minnesota in this game. Um, I think that Sam Darnold, he definitely plays for the Vikings. They got Aaron Jones. They got a couple of good guys on defense. Arizona really struggled against Seattle last week on the road. Kyler looked kind of out of sorts. He could not find his receivers. The defense clamped down on him. I'm gonna say Minnesota wins a tight one here. I'm gonna say they take it 17-14 at home.
all right. Can't wait
You
to hear
son of a bitch.
what Ben says.
I know what Ben is gonna say. Um, all right, heading on up north to the land of Chowda. Um, Chowda and donkeys, bro. Gonna get some donkeys. And they're taking on Indianapolis where they eat tires, I'm assuming. I don't know, but I went to Indianapolis one time and we went to the Motor Speedway and then we did a business trip.
I
So
mean,
that's all I know. People are extremely nice there and they love the Colts.
well, I love persimmon pudding and sugar cream pie as well. And so I'm going to pick them over clam chowder and lobster.
Lobster.
In New England, um, yeah, persimmon pudding, by the way. Actually,
Persimmon.
don't know if I
Persimmon
like
is
it.
it's like a fucked up like onion or something, right?
It's I it's a
It's like
fruit.
a tube.
I've
Is it?
never had it, so I can't say that I love it, but I want it to win. Sugar cream pie is delicious though.
Well, yeah, that's sugar and cream and pie. I love all those things. Why not combine them?
I mean, yeah. So I
Yeah.
I this okay, so it's a battle of two quarterbacks that I dearly want to see perform well in the NFL because it just makes football better. I still am on the AR train. AR2 is what I should say because AR1 is going to be ended in New York.
I was gonna say, oh, Anthony Richardson. I was like, Aaron Rodgers, is he
Yeah.
playing in this game?
So I got Indy winning 28-27. Let's just do that on
Yeah.
like in the last seconds of the game. Indianapolis.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take Drake May in this one at home. Patriots had a rough game last week. I think they could bounce back a little bit. Um, I think about the storied games between these two franchises, the Patriots, Tom Brady, Gronkowski, fucking Peyton Manning and Dallas Clark and Reggie Wayne, and they just fucking hated each other. And now it's between two rookies who might not have a job next year. I'm gonna take Drake May at home in kind of a snoozer, 17-10 Patriots.
I think that'd be a fine game. 17-10.
17-10. A gentleman's football game.
It'd be a great game. If you guys
Yeah.
know anything about persimmon pie and why it's a food choice
Yeah.
in
I mean,
Indiana,
I could
I
easily
just made
Google it,
that
but
up.
tell
If
us
I
what
just
what the fuck is a persimmon? Are
um
you an agriculture person? Because I am not. I'm from a city.
yeah. And I might have even made it up. I don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't know. If you did, you got one past at least one person. So,
Yeah.
um, speaking of getting past one person, um, let's head up north to New Jersey, home of Chemical Waste and Snooki. Um, and Aaron Rodgers, AR1, aka you know, what are you talking about? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, the fuck Seattle's visiting the Jets. Is this my pick? Oh, it is my pick. Oh, yeah, I'm
Is
taking
is yours.
I mean, I I'm clearly picking the Seahawks. I think the Jets season is over. I think the Seahawks are fighting for a division win. I think Geno Smith is a better quarterback in his stage of his career than Aaron Rodgers is. I think that the Seahawks defense is way better than anybody on the Jets offense. And yeah, fuck the Jets. Oh, score. Seahawks 31, Jets 13.
Jesus. I would love that all day long. Um, all right. So to me, this is the battle of the bagel. Okay. And it's not that Washington is famous for bagels. New York is.
I was gonna say I've heard of New York bagels.
Right.
You have a New York bagel
We're
place
starting
here in
we're
Denver.
we're starting with a New York advantage, which um would be home field, right? Now is when you start applying the ingredients. You got cream cheese, cream cheese. You're getting it from Philadelphia no matter where you're eating this bagel. All right. So you got New York and Seattle with Philly on top. Still New York advantage. Next up is your capers coming non-perilous from wherever in Italy or wherever capers come from. Even. You got your chopped red onion, even. Here's where the difference comes in, Gobo. The salmon.
I was gonna say salmon. Yeah, you get way better salmon in Washington than
You
Jersey.
put the smoked salmon from Washington on this bagel. I'm telling you that the difference between the Washington salmon and the New York salmon is greater than the difference between a regular Washington bagel and a New York bagel, thus elevating the Battle of the Bagels to Seattle. And now real football talk. If Seattle does not win this game, this is worse than losing to the Giants at home. With what's on the line right now, you have to win this game. And if you don't, you're a poser. And the last two games have just been you posing and flexing on teams that should have beat you. Because if you lose to both New York teams in one season, just the show might be done. That's what I'm
I was
telling you.
gonna say, yeah. Well, at this point, if
It
Dave,
might be an empty box
I was
soon.
just thinking if Jails and Jasper still on the show, you would have had the opportunity to lose to all three of our teams this year. I mean, you still can. I
It's
mean, they're
true.
not on the show anymore, but
It's
yeah,
true.
this is your week to break the cycle.
I mean, and here's the thing: as long as our two teams keep winning, it's just making that meeting in the future uh more and more a treasure of what's going to happen.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
so it's gonna be crazy no matter what. But I got Seattle. I got Seattle 28-21.
I was gonna say yeah.
If it and I don't even care what the score is. It could be 4-5. Three safeties and a field goal. And as long as we win, like that's all that matters. They have to win this game, Gobo.
I agree. They do.
They have to. So
You gotta win it. Um, in less of a must-win situation. I mean, it kind of is for Washington. What's famous in Washington?
like uh underhanded politics,
I was gonna say
underhanded
like
dealings,
fucking
blend of underhanded dealings and probably
fucking glory holes. Yeah, like I don't fucking know.
fucking
Yeah.
fucking
Let's head to our nation's head to our storied nation's capital to celebrate democracy in all its glory. And watch the Washington name redacted. We had to rename our team because it was a literal fucking racial slur.
the land of redactions.
The land of redactions. Take on the Tennessee Oilers where there is no oil. I mean, it's your pick, but I think we can probably do this one quick.
Yeah, look, it was a fluke win for Tennessee. Washington, this is the loser's bracket game that we deserve. If you're going to lose to Dallas, you deserve to play against a Tennessee team that won this. So you see where one lowers you as a spot and the other win elevates you to like this is the perfect matchup now.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Mm-hmm.
is the game that the NFL would have scheduled had they followed my plan. And I think Washington comes out ahead 23-14. Yeah, yeah, Washington.
I think Washington's going to get some revenge this game. I think that they needed this tune-up. I think that their offense is still cooking, even in that fucking shitty loss to Dallas. They still put up 26. I think Tennessee is going to get exposed a little bit. I think Levis is not going to play very well on the road. I'm going to say Washington 36,
Hmm.
Titans 7.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Did you see the end of the Washington game, by the way, last week?
I heard it on the radio.
So they're down, and they're down, bad with like
Mhm.
45 seconds or something left. And Jaden Daniels throws up a prayer. It goes for like 75-yard touchdown to tie the game, right? And then they blow it by giving up a kickoff return. What the shit, dude?
I'll tell you what though,
So bad.
Jaden Daniels might overtake Aaron Rodgers as the king of the fucking Hail Mary. He's a rookie. He's got two of them already.
I mean, it was a short pass, long run.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's still a big bomb of a play. I mean, yeah, he's
Yeah, it's like everyone wants to like credit Tim Tebow for winning that playoff game against the Steelers in overtime. He threw maybe the worst pass in playoff history, and Demarius Thomas was like, "Give me the fucking ball."
yeah. So
Anyway,
yeah, that game's a dud. I'll watch it, but that's
I
just
mean, yeah, I mean, I'll watch
it
it.
is.
Speaking of duds, heading on up to Carolina. Yeah, it's like barbecue. It's like their Carolina hot sauce. The Reapers, they have the Reaper peppers, the Carolina Reapers. Um, Home of basketball teams that get moved to New Orleans, change their name, and then you start a new basketball team and then change it back to the team that it was before. Um, Panthers, Bucks, games.
Panthers Bucks.
Or is this my pick?
I
Oh,
think that this is your pick, bro.
this is my pick. Tampa. Baker Mayfield cooks the stupid Panthers on the road. Um, I mean, yeah, Carolina's got a little bit of momentum after firing everybody, but like, yeah, I don't think I think Baker is gonna go bake a pie out of Panther meat. Anyways, score 31-21 Bucks.
31-21 Tampa Bay. All right. I'm gonna get me some cheer wine. Yeah, I pulled out the cheer wine. At least I got a smile. And I pull out some barbecued shrimp and grits.
Okay.
Go with my cheer wine, my pimento cheese. Oh, okay. That's all I really know about. They have like a thing called she crab soup that is
I was
sounds
gonna say the one weekend I spent in North Carolina, I went to a breakfast establishment called Bojangles, which I thought was made up. I was like, there's no way something that inherently racist is actually still an active fast food franchise. And my good friends took me to Bojangles to prove me wrong. And I tell you what, man, a breakfast biscuit sandwich slathered in pimento cheese and like some a hunk of fried chicken for some reason. There's a reason people are so fat in the South. Um, and you earned it. You
yeah,
earned your girth.
yeah,
Well done.
yeah.
It's delicious.
Pimento cheese. I mean, and cheer wine. That's what I think of when I think about any of the Carolinas.
You're
But
welcome.
anyway,
Well, I think about microdosing and looking at my friend Scotty's wife's fucking floral tablecloth and how it attacked us when we were trying to play Magic.
I think about somewhere in there being the grounds for Vietnam in the Forrest Gump movie. Somewhere around there.
It looks a little Nomish, yeah.
But no,
Nomish country.
Nomish. The show
Oh,
is
we're gonna
so
we're
stupid,
gonna we're
man.
getting so canceled. I love
The
it.
show, like There's no one that can cancel us but us, and we might do that because we're so stupid. All right, seriousness here. I'm gonna give you a chance to crawl back here.
Take the Panthers.
Because here and here's why I'm gonna pick the Panthers. They won two in a row. They came really close in Kansas City. They're at home. Tampa Bay's missing some key pieces. Trap game. It's a division game, which is always going to be tough. This is my last ditch effort to see if Carolina is going to be any good with Bryce Young. I'm not saying I'm throwing them away after this game because they should lose it. But if they somehow win it by a score of 21 20, then I'll be able to be like, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. So there, yeah.
Cowboys might beat us 99 times out of 100, but it still leaves one time.
That's right.
And I love that I'm still quoting Little Giants, even though the Giants and the Cowboys are like the worst game this week. Um,
Not even close.
Not even close. Down to New Orleans. I don't think there's any food they're really known for. I'm
No,
just kidding.
nothing really.
Beignet, poor boy, etouffee, and Joel Osteen not wanting people to get their muddy footprints on his beautiful church carpet. Saints, Rams, Dames. What do you got?
All right, well, it's the history of voodoo down in New Orleans, as they call it.
Allens.
I'm gonna get myself some etouffee. What a fun fucking word that is.
I
And
know. Well,
more
it's
delicious
French.
fucking treat. I'm gonna eat some frog legs, and I'm gonna do that voodoo, and I'm gonna poke the Rams because I need them to lose out. And if they lose this game, they're gonna be pretty far behind us with another game against us to play in Seattle this time. So, no, I think we got to go there. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go both.
What you got?
In the interest of allowing you to crawl back, I'm going to take Taysom Hill and the Nolans Saints in Nolans with the voodoo that you do. And I'm going to say 31-28, a Saints. What you got?
The voodoo
What you
that
got?
I do not as well as others. It's funny. I was kind of hoping you'd take the Rams. I knew you weren't going to. Um, I will take the Rams in the interest of being obstinate. I think that the Saints have kind of a marked advantage in this game in the fact that they have momentum, and Taysom Hill decided that he might want to play more positions. I don't know what else he's trying to prove to the world, but man, goddamn, that guy's athletic. Um, so I'm gonna defer to Matt Stafford and Puka Nakua and Sean McVay and his offensive mastery to go down there and maybe dissect a struggling but still sort of formidable Saints team. Um, game could be a lot of fun. It could get out of hand early though, so I don't know exactly what to expect. I'm gonna take the Rams on the road in the interest of trying to gain a game on you. I'm going to give it to them 28-25.
The Rams. Okay.
Second week in a row.
Whew.
Picking the Rams on the road. Heading over to Baltimore,
Yes.
where they're known for girls singing songs about them while riding on garbage trucks.
I'm just going to tell you right now, my friend, this is your pick.
This is my pick.
It's your pick.
Oh, it is
And
my pick.
you,
God damn it. Oh,
and
I
you,
don't want to make this
I'm going
pick.
to tell you right now, I'm going to take the opposite of whoever you take
I know
because
that's
I
what
don't
I
want to
did in
pick
the
this
New
game.
Orleans LA game, obviously.
I don't want
Okay.
to pick it.
All right, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm taking Philly.
Yeah, you should, my
I'm
friend.
taking Philly. I'm taking Philly. They've won four in a row. They're really fucking good. They're going to win their division. Baltimore has lost they lost to the Browns this year. They've lost winnable games. Philly should win this game, even though it's in Baltimore. They're not going to lay down for them for a million reasons why Philly is such a good team. But it all boils down to oh my God, my fantasy running back, backwards hurdle. Oh God,
Saquon Barkley.
what?
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. Thank you. Charles Barkley's young cousin. Um, yes, a guy I've been singing his praises since he was in college, and I couldn't remember his name because I started working at 6 o'clock this morning. Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the NFL. The only other person who even holds a candle to him is on the other side of the field, and that's King Henry. So this is going to be a fucking awesome game, regardless of who wins, but I think Philly takes it. Score 42 to 38.
You like them high scoring games, don't you?
I
There.
do. Take the over.
All
Thank you.
right. You stupid idiot. You had every opportunity to pick the MVP of the league to win this game. You dumb ass. And you did because Saquon Barkley is the MVP of the NFL
Certainly
right
should be.
now in week 13. He is the guy that is hands down MVP right now. So good job on that, you jackass. What I want to tell you though is, he's not invincible. And there is another guy across the field who's a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and has a lot more miles on him. Uh, and both of these guys somehow slipped through their original teams and were let go to go play elsewhere. It makes no sense. Both those teams can rot in hell. And respectively, the
They
Titans
wanted
and the
money
Giants,
and didn't
Titans,
realize that, yeah.
rot in hell, both of you. Shame on you. I have to take Baltimore now because you took Philly. So I'm going to rely on last year's MVP, who's still in the running for MVP this year, by the way. They have a couple of nasty losses on their slate, but they also have a couple of absolute
Oh, Lamar, yeah.
games where they run riot on people. So Lamar Jackson can never be counted out. Jalen Hurts is suddenly becoming quietly a name that people are talking about, despite what seems to be sorted out as their coaching situations. And I'll be okay admitting I was wrong with that if he's there next year, which I still don't think he will be. Yeah, okay. Well, I like your high score. I'm gonna go 38-35, Baltimore.
Very possible.
That game, like circle this game, folks.
I
If
was
you
like, this
you don't
this
want to
could be
pick
this could be the Super Bowl.
If you
It's
don't want to
possible.
pick the rest of the games on the schedule because you're just, damn it, I don't care. Let us know what you think of this game is going to be in here
Hmm.
because I want more people accountable. And like, even if you want to tell us why you're making that pick, I want to know because we kind of just rattled through everything that you could possibly say about this, but there's definitely more in-depth statistics to either debunk or prove what either of us are saying. So neither one of us are wrong in what we've said. Neither one of us are right. It's just the game's got to get played before we know. And I am freaking looking forward to this one.
I think that like regardless of who you pick, I think this is definitely the most exciting game this week.
Yeah.
The potential is at least. I mean, it could be a blowout. You never know, but like yeah, these are the two best teams playing each other. Um, I mean, obviously hot wings. Buffalo, inviting the gentleman from the Ghirardelli Chocolate Factory and their sourdough bread bowls, on up to Buffalo to freeze to death. Bills, Niners, who you got?
Um, well, is it my this is my call. Damn it. Damn it. Um, all right. I just want to throw out I love buffalo wings. I think I would if I'm in Buffalo, I'm a ranch guy, but if I'm in Buffalo, I'm blue cheesing it. You with me on that?
Yeah, win in Rome.
Yeah, win in Rome. You got to do it because
If I go to a Bills game, I'll jump through a table. I don't care. Yeah.
I'll play beer pong until I pass out and miss the game,
Well, I mean, I've done that. I've done that in my basement. Yeah, I
Shit,
don't have to go to
I'll
Buffalo for
kick
that.
fucking field goals wide right to lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Win in
four times in a
Rome. Win
row.
in
Yeah,
Rome, bro.
yeah, yeah. Why not?
All right. So like San Francisco's down and out. Even if Brock Purdy plays this week, it don't matter because you know why? Josh fucking Allen, that's why, is across the fucking field. They're at home. They're looking to solidify their position, their pole position in second uh in the AFC to get a, you know, the best possible matchup that they can.
Hmm.
Playoffs. And San Francisco can't match them. Not now. McCaffrey or not, they can't match him. So I am going to clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You're
Sorry.
trying to trick me into giving something away. It won't
Yeah.
work.
Okay. I see you've bested my giant. I'm going to go Buffalo 41, San Francisco 22.
I
Yeah.
like it. You dumb bastard.
I
No, I'm just kidding. There's no fucking way San Francisco wins this game. Like, no way.
was like, I can't wait to hear this.
Oh no,
Go
man.
ahead, Willem. Tell me what's up.
No, yeah, no, Buffalo's gonna win for all of the reasons you said. They're at home, it's Josh Allen, it's gonna be cold. Buffalo, San Francisco. McCaffrey's nursing an injury, a bunch of their receivers are hurt. Brock Purdy might not even play. Buffalo wings are better with ranch, but I would put them in blue cheese if I was in New York. Yeah, Buffalo 38, 49ers 23.
38, 23, 38, 23. Buffalo and 49ers. If you just want to go and a little bit north and drive on into Niagara Falls after the game, I'm cool with it.
I mean, Toronto's right across the bridge. Um, okay, and wrapping it up, another barn burner on Monday night. The
Dude, I no, come on. Let's be excited about this game because
let's
what do
be
we
excited. Hey, everybody,
got? We know.
The
We've
Broncos
got
are debuting new uniforms again, so that's exciting. And they're taking on with their new uniforms the fucking hapless Browns. Oh,
dude,
and
the
it's
Browns have
Monday night
Hap. What are
too.
you talking about? The Browns have Hap. They beat Baltimore and Pittsburgh this year. So is Denver better than both of those teams? I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right. So in the home of our Lord and Savior Lucifer, the blue horse statue at the airport, I will declare,
I'll do
um,
well.
I do declare the Denver Broncos are going to win this game. And I think that it's going to be cold because it's cold now
Wow. No way.
in Colorado in the shade of the Rocky Mountains. I can't believe it. Um, and you got a Cleveland team coming in. They're hot. They're confident. They're going to run into a big wave of noise. You cannot go anywhere without people talking about how Bo Nix is going to win the Rookie of the Year. The stadium is going to be packed. It's going to be a lot of pressure for young Jameis, famous Jameis, and like I said, there's that inconsistency. So he throws 3 touchdowns one week, 3 interceptions this week. Broncos are going to win. Pat Surtain gets a pick six. Uh, Bo Nix solidifies the Broncos into not having a losing season for the first time in a decade. I would say Broncos 29, Browns 17.
29-17. Denver Broncos, I do declare. Well, I am toiling with this one because I want Cleveland to be an everlasting butthole, bog of eternal stench, piece of shit team with uh no pathway to glory. I think Jameis Winston's a douche. but I'm
definitively, yeah.
inspired by his douchiness, like somehow. Like there's Russell Wilson douche, which is like you know, howdy doody, just
Yeah.
goober.
Russell Wilson's like your stepdad who walks down while you're playing Mario Kart. It's like, hey, you need a fourth, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Like,
that's Russell Wilson.
you're just trying to fit in, guy. You've never played this in your life. Yeah, I get that. But then Jameis Winston, when he does it, it's like he knows something that you don't know. And I dig that, man. I dig that about him. And it's crazy because like I've watched it 2 games in a row now where he's like just says some random shit and like it doesn't make sense. It's gobbledygook. And then you watch the game, you're like, holy shit, dude. And then you go back and watch it again, and just the look on his face is like it's like he already won. Like they already won. So he's just like kind of celebrating before the game is even played. It's crazy. Am I gonna pick him? God. Do I want to do this, Gobo?
On the road in
Carolina.
prime time? I mean, it's
I
possible. Do you
picked
remember the
Carolina.
drive?
I picked
Like,
Carolina, Indianapolis, and Arizona earlier, Gobo, against you. This is a big risk.
are you about to
I'm
pick?
gonna take, you know what? You got to risk it to get the biscuit. So, I mean, I said that to you earlier today. It was about scheduling, but I
I
mean,
mean, I do love biscuits. I
who
mean,
doesn't love
clearly,
biscuits?
yeah. I mean, they're
Um,
fucking delicious. Perfect vessel for butter.
and Cleveland Steamer is going to roll into Weed Town, and
Yeah. I mean, you remember those edibles I brought you?
oh yeah,
We do it different down here.
I'm still fucked up. I mean, it fucked me up for good. Look at
It was like a year ago. Yeah.
my face is droopy. All right, I am going to pick Cleveland. All right, and I'm going to pick Cleveland 28-24 in an upset in Denver. Wow, this was crazy. This was crazy, Gobo. This was crazy. Do you agree?
I think that like some of your upsets I think are outlandish, but you know what? It was crazy that last week you picked yeah, what was it that we talked about in the recap show?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. You picked Tennessee last week to win, and that ended up happening. So, like I said, it's possible. Um,
Well, and that game put me ahead for the week too.
yeah, that got you the win. You would
So
have
if this
otherwise.
Cleveland game. Oh, and we forgot to mention on the other show, so I'm going to mention it now. Angry Panda Poet was same type with me, 9-4. You were
Oh,
8-5. I was 9-4. She was 9-4. Um,
Panda knows her stuff.
those are stuff. But you guys could know your stuff too, and you could prove it to us very easily by just fucking giving us your picks. And
Watch the show. Listen to us. Learn from us. Learn our mistakes and do
dunk
better.
on us.
Yeah,
Seriously,
man.
we
How,
give you every opportunity to dunk on us, you guys.
yeah, man. I got my football prediction and my election prediction wrong fervently in the same video. Imagine all the people who fucking called me stupid and how good they feel.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And he said fuck America earlier.
I did say fuck America for sure.
And then he corrected it to say fuck racist America, which still includes some of you. Let's be
I
honest.
mean, yeah, like I clearly, yeah. I mean, Jerry Jones. Anyways,
Robert Kraft.
yeah. Basically anyone who owns a professional sports team. Um, that's not true. There's some very ethical owners out there. Um, anyways, we love you guys. Thanks for sticking it out with us. I know we talk a lot of shit. I know that come off as obtrusive sometimes. It's all in the it's all in the ire of entertainment. We do genuinely love this game. We love the people who play it, wish them full safety and wish full enjoyment of this holiday. celebrating the our triumphant victory over the natives that that occupied this country
I
prior
was gonna say,
to my people's arrival. Um, Anyways, thank you everybody. Have a wonderful and safe holiday. Please remember to be kind to each other. Dames, you got anything to throw on?
yeah, I was hoping that you would wish everybody a happy genocide celebration.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say anything else. Have a great holiday season, everybody. We'll see you next week. Fuck the Cowboys, fuck the Jets, fuck basically everybody in the world.
Dude, I think honestly, the Cowboys and Redskins should play on Thanksgiving every day.
Every
That
year,
is
and they have to break out the old like the most racist iteration of both of those uniforms have to be used.
right.
Like,
All
I think
white for the
they
Cowboys.
should do like a Klansman variant cowboy jersey, and then like a just and then like the Redskins come out in like just tatters. Um,
Oh
just
man.
tattered equipment. Anyways, have a great holiday, everybody. We love you. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Throw your picks in the comments. Pick my jersey next week. You get to dress me up like I'm your little dolly. Who wrote that on a cue card? Um, Good night, everybody.
Right, 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 right.